music. Where's that window? There it is. It is Sunday night. Once again, good evening all. We are continuing on with this wonderful ship. Loving it. Welcome to the stream. How are we? Who have we got? Nightcow, Mike, Mr. Sanson, Leo, Mark. My goodness. Alaska from a couple of hours ago. Terry's here. Living it up. Beautiful. So, let's do a bit of a recap on what we've created so far. This. And it loads. Okay, let me just quickly bring up screencast keys as well, because we know we like to see that. So we've created this so far. We were working on some of the panels towards the end of last night. Sunday morning, Sunday evening. But today we're going to be trying to focus more on the interior. And we're going to be thinking more around what do we need this for? Shut down, buddy. Sorry, just shutting down the second computer. What's actually going to be needed for this web series and how much information we actually need to put on it. Now, I'm actually this ship's really growing on me. Breaking news, Aladdin has been banned from the Magic Carpet Race. Apparently, he's been using performance enhancing drugs. Approved. So that's good. All right, we'll go back. We'll go back. I'll give you one back. Sarah jokes. Why do astronauts use Linux? Because you can't open Windows in space. Yeah. Just been to a restaurant and had roasted pelican. It was really tasty, but the bill was enormous. And NASA is launching a satellite to say sorry to aliens. They're calling it Apollo G. All right. Let's get back into this. Sorry. I like the apology one. So predominantly with this, we're going to be seeing mainly the interior here. Someone just joined. Afifi, welcome to the stream. I was going to say that we're only going to see kind of more the interior of this ship, but now the more that I'm playing with it and editing the audio for the web series, I think it's going to be a little bit more prevalent. So, because this is a gorgeous ship, I have to admit. I think coming through as well and adding all those extra details and bolts and so on and so forth is really going to enhance the back. I do want to be able to add in a lot of small pieces and greebly bits and bobs kind of like through here and so on and so forth. I think that'll add a bit more. So that's what we're going to try and achieve today. Interior is going to be the focus, but also the front landing gear. So we've got our side landing gear where we still need to rig it. So I'm going to put it on a bone, on an armature, sorry. So we animated it last week on how it opens and closes, which is kind of cool. But I wouldn't mind adding like a bit of an IK rig to it so that when you put the bone on the ground, that's where it's going to move to and that's how it's going to sit. So that was something that we did last week. Obviously, that bit there doesn't make too much sense. I'm okay with that because we're not really going to probably see that mechanism. If anything, we're going to see it here, but we can hide it up there. General Shav Navy, welcome. So yeah, I'm really chuffed with that. Oh, Kids Mania Land, welcome. So, let's find out what that is. Is this series more set in space battles, or are you going to have some ground battles as well? No ground battles. There's going to be quite a few space battles and a bit of talking in between. So first shot, 2 space battle. Oh, there'll be on land. It's not a ground battle, but it will be in the land, air, on a planet. Then there's a space one, in a ship, space 1. And then episode 5 is a weird one. And then episode 6 will be a bit more chatty, a bit more of that comedic elements coming backwards and forths. All right. So, obviously the very first thing we need to do is encompass this. So I'm going to just hide my panels just for a sec. So this is obviously the ship without the panels. What a plot. That's fine. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab, I need to grab both of these pieces. Maybe we'll just start with this one. Shift D piece. Nope, don't have to do P. Let's grab that section. Clipping is turned on. It's a little bit weird that it's gone that way as well. Get stuffed. And then we'll deselect all that. I'm just trying to think what's the best way now. Maybe if we select all, E to extrude, Alt S. Okay, so we have that there. Now what I'm going to grab is this edge loop, Control I to invert my selection, delete faces. So we're left with this. Great. Delete vertices. How is that looking? Delicious. So now we've kind of got a basis that we can do all the walls and such. I'm taking a break from 3D stuff, kind of at the moment, burnt out. Night Cow, I completely understand. Talking to my writer Friday, I was just like, oh gosh, I just can't be stuffed. And so this is what I like about the live streams, is it forces me to do this stuff. So that's why I really enjoy the live streams, doing them. So let's do that and then go GZ. It's not going to work. That's fine. We will fix that up in a sec. But for now, let's deselect them. Scale Z 0. Perfect. That'll give us that. Question is how much of the inside we're actually going to be seeing. Probably not a lot, but still we want to have some grounds of, you know, something looking semi-decent. E to extrude, I'm going to go Y. Scale Y 0. But yes, the burnout is real. Huh. Okay. Interesting. And I like that. I like this bit here. So I'm going to do is grab this section, Shift D, P, separate by selection. And then I'm going to grab that, and I'm going to do exactly what I just did. E to extrude, Alt S, and bring it in. Awesome. Select this edge loop, Control I, delete faces. That'll give us this. Can we go, maybe I'll put an edge loop through here. Just want to bring that in. Patrick Wilson, welcome to the stream. Also, just if anyone be so, give me a hand. Trying to hit the 100,000 mark. If you can, just hit the subscribe button. Really helps me out. Trying to get there. I want to see if I can hit that 98,400 subscribers tonight. I highly doubt it, but one can stinkin' dream. There we go. Okay, so from here, I can now go ahead and if I select everything, oh, actually, that might work. E to extrude Y. Scale Y 0. That gives us that, which works okay. Just thinking what's the best way here, because technically what we could do is I can now come in, delete this, Control L, add modifier, deform. Generate, solidify modifier. And then we can go this way. I'm just going to hold shift. Awesome. Thank you. Mitch, welcome to the stream. Thank you for the subscribe. Good sir. Cool. That's given us that. We need to fix up this line down here. GZ. I'm going to bring it up. So it's not clipping in there. That's good. Then, if I go GG, and then I press C, that'll extend that. Nice. I like the blah, blah, blah. Should go back to, I spent 2 weeks drawing 2 highlighted detailed anime works. Still have 2 to, yeah. But the stuff that you're making, One Inspiring Artist, is pretty schmick. That's cool, that's cool, that's cool. I like that. Let me just quickly go on here. Scale Y 0. Scale Y 0. Numlock was turned off. I was sure it wasn't straight. Scale Y 0. Perfect. There we go, that's a bit better. Don't know what that piece... Oh, that's that piece. Yep, that's fine. That was weird. Sound. I've been trying to learn geometry nodes. Yes, stuff that. How do you know which one to use? Yes, yes. I mean, like when you think about it with geometry nodes, it is almost like learning Unreal Engine, because Unreal Engine is very, how do you want to say it? Is node-based. And it's kind of like, yeah, once you start getting your head around some of them, I think you're fine. Okay, I think that is good. Not the biggest fan of that bit there, but I reckon we could probably just hide it. This here as well. Let's go GZ, just hiding all these little pieces, and we can come in and do all those cuts. Instead of trying to build an interior from the exterior, why not just build an interior on its own that connects to the hull exterior? What? Interior from the exterior. No. So all I'm just using it as reference, and then I'm going to move it all around. I want to get into making stuff, but I can never find good ways to start. I've done 1 million donuts. That's... Yeah, sorry, hang on, let me go back. Spooky. Yeah, so I'm just using those points as a bit of reference, and then I'll kind of like pull everything out. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. But it's more... This bit here matches the frame. And so now if I want to just manipulate it a little bit, like for instance, I can put this in here and then we can go GG. And now that'll kind of like match that frame a little bit better on the inside. So that's kind of like my method there. Thunder Warrior. Yeah, start working out how to make things by yourself. I mean, Pricey's tutorial is probably good. I've never done it. But I know that it covers all the fundamentals. So, start looking at what you can create yourself and go from there is going to be my recommendation. Let's do a shift. Okay. So now we need to fill in this space. I can't read that, but welcome to the stream. And I can't read that one either. Welcome to the stream. Okay, so I'm going to grab this file, this one, and we're going to raise that up. And let's bump it up like so. Obviously now it's kind of like cutting into it. So this is where maybe what we could do. Let's rather than that, and that scale Z 0. E to extrude Z axis. That gives us that. Awesome. Can we go bring it in? How's that going to look? Yep. So we don't see that. So now we've kind of like cut off that section, which would be pretty good. Just play around with ideas. Exactly. Like I've said before as well, is start small. Don't go, I'm going to make a giant spaceship. No, make an air vent first, and then build another air vent, and then kind of like expand it like that. If you are following a tutorial, don't copy it entirely. Yeah. So there is a channel called Film Riot. That channel has been around for years. Oh, how good is that? Oh, didn't realize that. Where that channel specifically said, we've stopped giving people exact values in like Adobe After Effects and all that kind of stuff, because it wasn't teaching people how to use the software. It was just teaching them how to copy. Walking the dog, go for it. So that's where is, if you're watching the Blender Donut tutorial, focus on one element, build it yourself, and then kind of go like that. That's going to be my biggest suggestion. This is, okay, let's bring, get stuffed. Stop it. All right, let's go. I reckon, yep. So the floor is going to be something like that. Because like at the end of the day, everything's just boxes in a different configuration. Vertex Bird, welcome to the stream. All right, I like that. I like that. And then we'll make a chair as well that goes in there. Because all I'm doing at the moment is just blocking a space. And I'm just going to hide some stuff. We'll put an edge loop through here. GX, EZ. Nope. Let's not do that. Oh, actually, no, that does work. Here. GX. Just trying to line that up there a little bit with that wall. I can't really put an edge there. GG and GG. Merge by distance. Just like that. Control LP, separate by selection. Turbulent, displace, turbulent, what? Let's go here-ish. And I'm going to go GY. Where does this go? This goes there. That point there is where we're going. E to extrude. Something like so. And then we're going to press F. That gives us that bit. Daniel, welcome to the stream. Awesome. That's great. I'm chuffed about that. Let's go GY, GX. And then I'm going to go right click, mark sharp. Nice. That looks good. I like that. I'm going to mark sharp here as well. Yeah, that's cool. And so, as always, we're always in that like blocking phase where we slowly build everything up and then expand on that. Film Riot, they say it on videos. Cut to a guy dancing with a turbulent. Oh, okay. Right. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I stopped watching them many, many years ago. Because I had no need. But yeah, no, they were a very big staple in my early days. I do have an old channel, which all the videos got deleted from, which I'm semi-gutted about, around VFX, home VFX, hit film. And I was doing tutorials on that many, many years ago. So I really liked that package. But then I got into Blender. Why? Because I could animate things by myself. I didn't require other people to be there on the journey. So that was kind of like the reason why I moved over to Blender. And other reasons. Mainly spaceships. Okay, I like that. Let's go E to extrude along the X-axis now. We'll pull that out. Nothing is clipping through, which is good. that line there is a little bit clippy. GX. There we go. How is that? Do we see anything anywhere? Nope. So I'm okay with that. That's created a nice frame. That's created this section. Let's go E to extrude along the x-axis. Scale x0. GX. GX. Nice. And then we're going to go even thickness on the right. Then hopefully that there looks a little bit better. Nope. Even. Oh, there we go. Yeah, good enough. Good enough. That works out really well. So from here, let's go Shift D, G, Z. Let's bring that bottom surface back up. Nice. Shift D, Y. I'm going to bring that down. Scale Z0. And then we've kind of got these steps that come in to the main area back here. Do I want to put a door in? Not really. I start off using Sony Vegas. Absolutely. I got my copy of Sony Vegas as part of a humble bundle, and I've just used it ever since. Is this for a visualization for a game? No, so this is for an animated web series. And so this is what it currently looks like. Whoops, Alt H. This is what it currently looks like. And now we're just building up the interior a little bit. And we'll go from there. Control Z, Control Z. So yeah. Where am I? There I am. What is that? Merge by distance. Control L, hide. Ah, ploppers. Alt H. Shift N. Oh, get stuffed. Let's do U cubic projection. I just want to see if that's a... there it is. Okay. That's fine. Small little problem. Those landing looks small, too small to me. You reckon? So let me just go into solid mode. So this is, yeah, kind of what we created with much deliberation on the live stream. So if I press play, you can kind of see how they pop out. I don't know. I think they're okay. Like, they don't need to be massive. The front one here, I reckon I might put in a bit of weight. My biggest concern was that, yeah, the thing would tip over if there's too much in the back here. Electric shaver. Oh, yeah, I'll accept that. I'm okay with this. But yeah, just the front one needs to be built as well. And that one might be a beefier one there. And so I was thinking of having it like here-ish. Yeah. I watched the Great Australian Bake Off last... Why? Made a fabulous meringue and everyone cheered. That's really unusual because Australia, they usually boomerang. It's so good. That is so good. Oh, that is absolutely terrible. Hang on, Messenger. That needs to be sent straight to the pool room. That one really got me though. Can you work it? Can you work it on Kerbal Space? What? Can I import into Kerbal Space Program? Probably not. Okay, so I like that. I like the steps here. No guardrails because we're in space and there's no OH&S. That works really well. Let's kind of like cover this area off, EZ. So it's just kind of like a bit of a small gap in there. And then we'll do the same for the top section. Oops, there it is. E to extrude Z. Let's just make sure it doesn't come through. Here it's coming through a little bit. Okay. Grab those vertices there. And now that should be fine. G to the X. Just push it in a little bit. Nice. How does that look on the inside? Perfect. What is happening there? It's a little bit of a space in there. I'm okay with that. I really want to make some CG s'mores. Melted marshmallows? Is that what s'mores are? Okay, so that's looking good to me. I think we've blocked out it really nice. I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't mind selecting this edge here, here, and here. Control B to do a bevel. Maybe we go add modify generate bevel. Bevel. Shift N. Don't like that in the slightest. I think it's because of this. So maybe. How can we make that look? Nah. Bah. Bah. Probably come back later and put this bevel in. I don't like that this isn't really that strong. Control B. There we go. That's looking a little bit cleaner. And then we might do the same up here. Whoops. Hang on. I missed a bit. Let's undo that. Oh, no. I got it. There we go. And you in there. Just make sure I've got that. Perfect. Control B. I'm not too concerned about poly count. That's looking a lot better. This is looking stinking ugly, this one. Can we just move that in? There we go. G to the X. That'll kind of stuff that up a little bit, which I don't really want. GG. Put that one there. A little bit better. I'm not the biggest fan of this bit here, so we might actually just put it in camel. Okay. Mirror welcome to the stream. Would you do it differently if this was for a game? Yeah, absolutely. I would be relying more on textures, more on decals and all that kind of stuff. We will probably be using decals, and this will be ported across to Unreal Engine, because that's where all the animation is going to go and all the rendering is going to go. We can render in 4K in Unreal Engine super fast. So that's why this texture here, I got the body hidden, but this texture here is all texture work. I'm trying to ensure as well that there's no like ambient occlusion. So if we actually go into the shader, we can see here that the orange material, is just color, metallic, roughness, normal. That's it. Because I know since we're taking it to Unreal Engine, that's where all, I didn't really have to do any other work. The other thing though is like for these pipes here, I will probably end up just UV unwrapping them as a cubic UV unwrap, purely because I can just slap on a metal material that's already native in Unreal Engine, so I don't have to worry about that. But great question. Great question to you, Daniel, over there on Twitch as well. Okay, so I like this, I like this, I like this. We need this frame here. And so we'll do what we've just done. I'm going to highlight this. E to extrude on the y-axis. Well, actually, maybe I can get away with it. Oh, actually, no. Let's select that. P, separate by selection. Now I've got this by itself. Let's go into add. We'll go into a solidify modifier. Let's increase the size a smidgen. And then with this one, I'm just going to increase up. GY. Something like that, yep. And then I can do the same for here, GY. And now we've got kind of like a border around the door. I don't think we animated the door. But I think hopefully now if I go Alt-R, Alt-G, I hate you. So if we select this one, Alt-R, and then go G, Z, Z, that one, oh no, no. Okay, let's manually align this back up. Rotate. Now, like I was saying, we need to put in, it's not going to work because it goes through the door frame. Ah, jeez. Okay, that's fine. So what we're going to do is let's move this around. Rotate YY, ZZ, ZZ, 100. Rotate ZZ 180. Hate you. Rotate ZZ 180. So that now when we rotate, it's sitting on the outside. So about there, I would say. Then this comes in. Okay. Comes out a little bit too far. That's fine. Let's select all this. GG. Bring that down. That looks fine. However, we will grab this section. GX and just push it in a little bit. Let's grab our top section. GG. C. Whoops. GG. C. So it extends. Magazine TV, welcome. Mr. Enjoy, welcome to the stream. Thank you for the subscribe. If you can, 97,599. Can we go up a little bit further? Sweet. That's what I like to see, baby. Oops, click on that one, then click on that one. So that works really well. While we're here, might as well just animate this door. So let's go to frame 500. Let's go to frame 300. We can just animate this door super quick. So we've got that and that one. I'm going to press I to set a keyframe. Chaiwat, welcome to the stream. Much appreciated. Let's go to 360. And then it's going to come down something like this. GZZ. And then it's going to pop down like so. Markham, what do you think of the new color space? I haven't really used it. Or are we talking about the compositor? B-Frame, welcome. Are we talking about, yeah, are we talking about the compositor? I'm occasionally doing my back shorts, yeah. Good work. Thanks, Marvin. So if I go now, this is the animation for the door. Very bland, which is fine. Very fast. So let's go ahead and grab that. I'm going to go G4090. So over 150. You can see that this plate here comes out way too early. But what we can do is I can go just selecting the plate and I can go G25. And so what's going to happen is going to come out. I don't like that it's slow. I don't like that the first plate stops and then this one keeps sliding. So this one stops down here at 450. Oh my goodness, you guys probably can't see. This frame here at 450. This one at 275. So let's go G, bring it back. And then it kind of does that. Now, as you can see, it kind of, even though we've got the Bezier curve, you can see that it slows down. Big power, love. Awesome. Thank you. What we can do is, because I don't want it to come like to a stop so fast. So I'm actually going to go to frame, let's go 430. Let's press I. Whoops, we'll press I. Nobody, welcome. Zhao, welcome. And then with this last frame, I want to go actually G20. And so what we'll see is that it comes down and then we'll continue to expand. It's still moving way too fast. But at this point here, it gets to like that point, and then it takes another 30, 40 frames to go all the way through. I mean, ultimately as well, we could even add in a like Bezier curve on the animation graph. But that's another cheeky way of doing it. So even if we wanted this to move a little bit slower, I could go, you know, this frame here. Let's select our bottom door. I can press I, G minus 30. And so it's going to start off really slow and then pick up. And then we can do the same with this door as well. So here it just comes out like a wrecking ball. So maybe at this point, we'll press I, select this one, G minus 20. Yeah, I think overall, actually let's grab both. I think overall, scale 0.15, 1.5. And then if we bump this up to frame 6, a little bit better. You're rendering learning every time much. Awesome. I'm glad. No, it's film. Yeah, you know what? I haven't really used that one inspiring artist. That's all the stuff down here somewhere. Yeah, no. Haven't used that view. No. Haven't had a need to. Just because I know that with this is going to be rendered in Unreal Engine. So that's going to be an Unreal Engine problem pretty much. Is the way I'm looking at it. All right. Anyway, so we've animated that. We've animated this landing gear, which obviously we have to at a later stage put into an armature. That does look sick though. But yeah. All right, let's go into the interior. I'm just going to press hide on that. Okay, what is the interior going to look like? I do feel like there should be maybe some bracing. So you're my second learned. Thank you. Excellent. Thank you, B-Frame. Let's grab, I'm going to hide this. How are we going to do this? Control Z. What have you done? Oh, I know what I've done. Yeah. Is render speed the only reason for Unreal Engine? No. Great question. So, because I've been using Unreal Engine for us, because I've been using some form of Unreal Engine for who knows how long, I've got a pretty big library of assets. And these are from picking it up at the free, every month. So like, there's a lot of stuff here that I can use. And so that is the intention of, rather than going ahead and modeling every single thing, just kind of use that. So I will crack open Unreal Engine just to kind of like show you some of the things that I've done so far. Are you adding all the effects like smoke, dust? Oh, yes. If you're going to do it, where I'm going to do it, I'm not sure. Am I going to do it in Unreal Engine? Am I going to generate the smoke in Unreal Engine? I don't know. I haven't really played with the Nagari system in there. But I might just do it in Jenga FX because it's a pretty cheap tool. Comparatively, it's a cheap tool. And it's like, yeah, pretty easy to make. And you just export a VDB, comes in, you're laughing. Any good add-ons for remeshing? No, actually, I don't. I normally, when I'm modeling, I'll try and be as clean as possible. So I haven't really had that. Let me go into buildings. No, let me go into scenes. Locations. Home base. Yeah, oh, okay, yeah. All right. Sorry, I was trying to remember what these scenes are. So the other thing as well is kind of like we can render in 4K so fast. Let me just update the sun. Sun, here it is. And so here, we've got a whole bunch of assets as well. Industrial props pack. Let's go into meshes. And, we've spoken about this previously, but I can bring stuff in and, this has already been created. I don't have to worry about redoing anything. So that's, no, not you. And then you can see how much we've already added so much detail in by doing squat all. Which at the end of the day, kind of what we want. We want to do squat all. There it is. I was trying to remember the buttons. No, that one. I want that one. Ah, there it is. Clown. And then to duplicate an object, Alt, left click. Oops. Then we go into, where is she? There it is. And then just lay it back on top. And yeah, you can kind of see how quickly we've done it. And that's one of the main reasons is I've just got such a big library of stuff. And that's just been picking up these free packs for who knows how long. Even I jumped over onto Humble Bundle and bought some of those packs as well, because why the heck not? Warehouse 2 is this one. And Home Base, this is the one, don't save. This is one that we were trying to clean up last time. Like this ground here needs to be cleaned up. I think a whole bunch more decals. This problem here is because the sun is leaking through the transparent face, which is fine. That's a Marco problem, and Marco will fix that later. Not a problem right now. And so if we select the sun, are you the sun? You are the sun. Yeah. How cool do those lights look? That's more of a Star Citizen idea that I had there. But this is where I'm going to have to come back in and retexture all these machines and such for the background. The ground here is terrible. I don't like it in the slightest. But it's just all the extra work that needs to be done. And also converting from Blender to Unreal Engine. Yeah, it's not that bad. Learning. That's why I haven't gone down that route. Yeah, and that is perfectly understandable. So this now comes to the question of if I were to render this at 4K here. The Beast Goku, welcome. Taran Banana, welcome to the stream. If I want to render this in Blender at 4K, it's just going to take so much time. Whereas I'm only learning the bits of Unreal Engine that I need to know. And I've got a few videos on how to use the camera and all that kind of stuff. I still got to learn a little bit more. But this is probably where I might reach out to other people in. Can I get the app, please? Yeah, it's for free, mate. Blender.org. All right, you bloody drongo. Yeah, right, mate. Can I learn Blender if I tool up? Yeah, far out. Man, the chat over on the shorts is wild. And then, yeah, that comes to that time versus effort. Far out, dude. Where rendering, will take, 20, 30 seconds a frame, where an Unreal Engine, it's half a second a frame. So, yeah. It's a tough one. I feel like I've done squat all. Okay, so from here, I want to create some braces, I guess. Let's go Shift D X, P, separate by selection. I'm going to grab this, and let's do edge loop here, and we'll do an edge loop over here. Control B to do a bevel. Control I to invert my selection, and we're going to go delete edges. Let's move this back. Of course I had to put it there. GY, something like that. Scale Z, GX, just so it's kind of like clipping in those spots. E to extrude, like so. Oh, itchy nose. Cool. And then in here, what we might do is edge loop, Control B to do a bevel. Grab this one and this one. GX, Shift D, scale. I want to go into individual origins, scale X, scale Y. GX, bring that out, and then something like so. Is that crooked? Oh, you suck. Hang on. Where am I? Oh, far out. Brussels sprout. Rajvan, welcome to the stream. Let me just quickly fix this up with now. So I'm going to select this face. I'm going to select this face, this face, and this face. Control I to invert my selection, delete faces. Grab you and you. You and you. GZ. Let's go scale X0. GX. Craig, welcome to the stream. There we go. Now let's do edge loop, Control B to do a bevel, edge loop, Control B to do a bevel. Give me a sec, I'll come back to chat. And then we go GX, Shift D, scale Z, scale Y, GXE. There we go. Beautiful. Oh, did someone say Brussels sprouts? Okay, Alaska. No. You want to learn bits of Blender. Let's learn it together. Just take a peek of my school code. What? Have many tutorials. Take it soon. I don't like flogging my GPU. I think it'll still render with your GPU, but it would just be more faster. So, yeah. And Unreal Engine is free until you make $1 million, I think. Don't quote me on that one, but I think it's until you make $1 million. And if I've made $1 million with Unreal Engine, I would be more than happy to pay a royalty fee. Let's go that, and then I'm going to add in 2 materials. And this one can be lights. And we will go yo and yo. Okay. I added some lights and a different thing. Lights, int. Sign. Control J. Merge by distance. I don't know what I did there. Anyway. And then we've got these now light bits in there, which is great. I like the color. Color's coming out well. Let's make sure we've got mud. Let's go black again. Yeah, nice. Black. That's coming along pretty good. I'm here to pay. Fakery and laughter. Okay. I don't know what's going on there, mate. All right, so let's go into black again. I like the darker interior. And then this is where now, yeah, we can go ahead and start adding some more of those details. What I might do is I might just go hide, 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 hide. Let's just get rid of these engines and everything. And then we can focus on the interior. Keep that, keep that. You can go, you can go, you can go. Don't need this, don't need that, don't need this, don't need that. So now when I just go, I don't want to see the mirror. I hate you so much. I don't want to see the mirror. And so it's more we can just focus on this section. Let's get rid of that as well. Nice. So whatever we make will now come across. Can I get that 3D model of you? I need it for professional reasons. Can I get that 3D model of you? Which 3D model of me? Okay. So let's go. I'm just trying to think. What do we normally see? Just trying to picture what does the interior of the C2 in Star Citizen look like. I did a breakdown of it. Hang on. I wonder if I still have that Blender file. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I've still got that C file. C2. I thought that bloke was... No. That's from Character Creator. So hang on, let me go... Yeah, that's this one here. Ooh. Okay. If I go now, File, Open, go to my desktop, or down, ooh, no, it's on desktops, Star Fab, Star Runner, Hammerhead. Which one's the Hammerhead? That one looks like a big ship. I'm afraid to open up that one. Let's give it a crack. No, let's go to the Avenger. There we go. All right, sweet. So this is a smaller ship from Star Citizen. And so it's more just trying to get a little bit of inspiration from what does this ship look like. And I love this central a little bit. That's kind of cool. Will it work if we go into rendered view? I don't know. Wow. Come on, Blender. Give it a moment. So it's just loading up. Now I'm being decisive. I don't know what's going on there. While that's going, we'll come over into here. And let's go ahead. How's this looking? So we'll get rid of this face. We don't need that one. Delete face. We've got a face up the top here. We can get rid of that one. Let's go here, here, here. Control B. Not the biggest fan of whatever that is. Can I delete this edge loop? Yes, I can. Do the same on the other side. Delete edge loop. Let's grab that section there. GG. GG. Select all. Merge by distance. Grab these 2 points. Control B. Give that something. Okay, so I need this line. I stuffed up there. Let's go here and here. Right click, subdivide. Can we just line that up? What the? No. Just this, mate. GG. There to there. J. There to there. J. Whoops. J. That splits the mesh. Scale Z0. Make sure it's nice and straight. So now when I select this area, Control B. right click, shade smooth. That's given us that, which is looking good. From here, let's go Shift D, G to the X. We'll go GG. Basam, welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Delete vertices. Think decisive of blending. Okay. Let's go E to extrude on the X-axis. And we'll push this back like so. Let's go ahead and do the thing that I love doing. Actually, let's delete that back face first. Delete faces. Delete vertices, just to make my life easier for a sec. Control B. Here and here, Control B. And then we scale. Whoops, up the top here, scale on the Y-axis. Okay, I think we're okay there. E to extrude. And delete that back face, because we don't need it. Then I kind of want to just add in a bit of a bevel on here. Oh, it's going to create n-gons. Okay, let's do an edge loop. Control B. Like so. GG. What's that value? I'm trying to find a value somewhere. There it is. Minus 0.2. GG. Minus 0.2. GG, minus 0.2, and then we'll do one more, GG, minus 0.2. How's that looking? Yeah, I'll buy that for $1. It's a nice little panel, and then obviously once we start putting in all our screws and bolts and such, I think that'll pop out. Slightly different topic. I watched Zootopia 3 days ago. I think it's as good as the original. That's interesting because I've been reading similar reviews and they're saying the opposite. I mean, I'll probably still end up watching it anyway. Having children and all. Yeah, I like that. That's great. Has this opened up yet? Nope. Just taking a sweet, sweet time. Okay, what if I just go into material mode? Come back to that one. Yeah, so that's delicious. And I did like how, maybe we do this. Maybe we just get rid of this one for now and we'll come back to it. Control L, delete vertices. Sure, go away. Let's go scale X0. Scale X0. Put another one through there. Can I do this? Will it blend? Let's go I to do an inset. Something like that. E to extrude, scale Y0, delete faces, merge by distance. Have some kind of like square holes there. How do you look, sunshine? Let's go U, cubic projection. Yeah, that's fine. That's not bad. How'd you get the models? So there is a tool called StarFab. It's a little bit of work to get playing, like to get it working. Sweet. Well done, Blender. Doesn't like that. Anyway. Yeah, it's a tool called StarFab. They've got a Discord and all that. So if you want, go have a chat with them. They're pretty good community over there. Let's go. Oh, what? What? Oh, that's why. Okay, let's undo that. Come back into this one. I just got to clean up this mess. Let's go Control B. Here to here is a J. Here to here is a J. Or after the I will survive. Okay. Let's do, what was I doing? Oh yeah. So I want it to come in here. Control B, middle mouse up. Control numpad to minimize my selection and Alt S. Let's go V to rip. So we've kind of created that nice line there. Now that I'm looking at this one, maybe that panel isn't the best, but what I will do is I'm going to go piece separate by selection, and I'm going to keep it. I'm just going to move it over to my junk folder. So that's where, you know, there's things I don't want to delete, I still want to keep. We just dump it over there. So let's go Control B. I'm going to grab this edge and this edge, Control B, middle mouse up, Control numpad to minimize my selection, and Alt S. V to rip. That there is some nice details, but there needs to be kind of like more happening on that. We can't just leave it so bland. If we throw a bevel on there, what's going to happen? Massive, that's fine. 0.002. Beautiful. B-frame, yeah. Start on Sci-Fi City tutorial, please. Yeah, I've got plenty of them. The last code written to Voyager, I don't know. Okay, great. I like how that's come along. This here definitely is probably going to need a bevel as well. Bevel amount, 0.02. 0.002. Yeah, that's looking nice. I do think, though, that this, and this, we just put in a small I to do an inset. Control I to invert my selection, and then I'm going to hit assign to that one. So then what happens is that we've got this kind of like a little border around. How does that work? Not sure. Might have to come back to that one. But yeah, we'll UV unwrap everything a little bit later. But that looks nice. That looks great. This panel here has come along quite nicely. Shift N. Let's go. Let's try it now. I'm just going to go into DreamUV. Hotspot. Nice. That has worked super well. Mr. Emerger, I know you're over there. Sorry, my bad. If I click on this, click on this, click on this, then we come down into here. So my DreamUV textures are on that link there. So if you want to go have a look. Also, new to the channel, welcome. Hit the subscribe button. Trying to get to that 100,000 mark. A little bit of ways off, but we'll get there eventually. So that's come along really well. Let's go into hotspot on that one. Control S to save. That's looking semi-okay-ish. Maybe we might here. Control E, mark seam. Hotspot. That's a bit better. Yeah, nice. That's looking good. A lot of work's going to have to go into here, but it's more, I do want to focus on all this kind of stuff up here. So we will probably need a central object that goes through there. So let's go. Shift S, cursor wheel to origin. Shift A, mesh, cube. And let's dump that one. Okay, can you go away now? I don't need you. Bring that one up here. What is that there? Oh, it must be internal lights. Okay. Here, let's do V to rip, Control L, delete faces. Let's go into a generate mirror modifier. Awesome. G to the Y. And I can bring this down. Delete faces. GX. And then that's kind of like our central support through the middle there. Oh, itchy leg. But you know what? It's not too bad. This is where obviously now we can start coming in and adding all our little details and bits and bobs. Do I have... Well, let's quickly just make some air vents. I mean, I know I've got Kitbashing sets of this stuff, but doesn't hurt. So I'm going to go something like that. Scale on the x-axis. And then from here, we are going to go I to do an inset. Delete. We'll delete faces. Select this, 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 and this. Control B to do a bevel. Add a bit more extra details. And then we'll do E to extrude. Now I think of it, I have never made a whole spaceship before in Blender. Yes. And that's the thing. But, I mean, at the end of the day, you've made some pretty cool cityscapes. That you've showed off on the Discord and such. So, yeah, I wouldn't be putting my nose up at that. Let's go GZ, just going to move that up and go delete faces. Shift S cursor selected. Let's go ahead and add in a plane. Just a little bit curious. Welcome to the stream. Let's go something like that. And then we'll go into creating some venti bits. Let's go V to rip. There we go. Grab this piece here. GZ. And then we're going to go E to extrude, like so. And then we might just move this up a little bit. Control J to join, right click, shade smooth. And so we've now got some vents, which could be a bit better, but that's fine. We will deal with it. Delete faces. Just a little bit curious. Oh, thank you for the subscribe. Much appreciated. Welcome to the stream. As I've just said, I like that. I like that. That's looking good. That's so good. So from here, now that I've got my little piece, I can now come up to the top here. Snap to. We're going to go snap to face. Face project. Align rotation. Rotate. So when I go G. So now when I go GX. There we go. Darn it. Let's go select all, rotate YY, 180. Rotate YY, 180. GZZ, ZZ. Bring it out a little bit. And then we might go rotate ZZ 90. So now we've kind of got these vents that are at a weird angle. GX. What the hickabotham's going on here? GZZ. Just line these up a bit. I think it needs to be thicker. GZZ. GZZ. And so by pressing Z, I'm moving it along the normals. I reckon I've got these a little bit too thick. Yeah, I reckon I have. All right, let's just fix my mistakes, which is fine to make mistakes. Like so, like so. Delete vertices. And then we're going to grab these pieces just to make it... No, do it the other way. That. Stop. You. And there's one more in there. You? Nope. You? Nope. You? ZZ. I can see I've stuffed up one more. GZZ. Let's go select this now. Control L, Control I to invert my selection. E to extrude, make it a little bit smaller. And then we've got something like that. Now, really, I probably should put a backing plate just so that it's not looking at whatever the color here is. So let's go ahead and do that. Oh, but then we know that that's going to be a problem. Poopy caca. Okay, let's go Control L. U. Move you up. Yeah, I'm cool with that. Am I allowed to share links in here? I don't know if you can. I don't think YouTube allows it. I could be wrong. Let's go Shift D. And then we can go again. Shift D Y. Shift D Y. And then that's starting to build up a little bit more space. G Y Y X X. Something along those lines. Let's go ahead now and add in some bevels. Go Control B. We'll add a little bit of bevel in there. Here and here. This is where we can cut it a bit. Control B to do a bevel. Control numpad minus, Alt S. That'll give us that. V to rip. And then we might do one on the edge here. Did I? Yep. Here we go. Right there. Do the same thing. Control B to do a bevel. Numpad minus. Pull it in. V to rip. Control B. There we go. You can just see how quickly we're able to create paneling and such. V to rip. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Atomic baby. Have a nice stream. Thank you. Change. Mazamil. Welcome. Wow. It was the last short I posted on my channel. You can always just put it in the Discord. There is a section in there for self-promotion. So we'll go from there. Alt S. V to rip. How's that looking? That to me looks okay. Control S to save. I know that if I do hotspot, it should fail. Because we worked out why. Why, Delilah? Beautiful. So what I need to do is delete this face, I'm pretty sure. I to do an inset. And then we might just pull that back like so. Delete face. Hotspot. Yes. And then we'll give that a grey color. Grey. I might have to make more DreamUV textures that is a little bit more suited in here because I need like a plastic, more of a plastic color. If I quickly go over into here, let me go into my asset browser, Markham 3D, oops, increase that, DreamUV plastic. Yeah. So that looks quite nice, but yeah, it's too big, which is okay. We'll fix that later on. Counting the Discord. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. If I got to go disable, right click, invite to server. No limit. Never generate. Copy. There we go. Control V. So if you want to join the Discord, there we go. How are we going here? It's not bad. Oh, yeah. How are we looking on the subscribers? If you're new to the channel, welcome. It's not bad. So strong, thank you. If we can, if you're new to the channel, hey, just give me that. Give me one of those subscribey, please. Just trying to get over the line with that one. Let's go into, is that white? No, light gray. Yeah, I think that's what needs the interior to be here. Control S to save. Let's do a hotspot, see if it works. Perfect. Light gray. Oof, that has made the interior pop quite a bit. But I do think I need to remake this texture. Control S to save, hotspot. It's fine, sweet. Light gray. You know what? I don't think so. I reckon you could stay as black. And then with that, we go Shift D and put it here. GX. Oh, that's a little bit frustrating. Something like that we'll have to do. And so we've got that extra bit of strut in there. Really like how this piece turned out, so we want to incorporate that a little bit more everywhere else. Let's go merge by distance, Shift N. No, you're all good. I'm going to select this edge. Because we're about to break everything. I'm going to just go P, separate by selection. Let's focus on this piece here. And what I want to do is I want to give this one a bevel. Really big bevel through there. Here, I think we need to add in a pretty big bevel. Control B. Nice. Right click, shade smooth. Control S to save. Just in case, let's go into a hotspot. Nice. What are we looking at now? Yeah, it's looking good, but we can see that those bits here, there's too much gunk around here, which is fine. That's all part of the texture, and that's something I've got to scale that down. I think with this piece here, just so it matches, let's go GX, push it back a little bit. Yeah, look at that. Really like how that's come out. I am more intrigued though. I want to bring back the Avis. B-frame, hi. Okay. Okay, let's have a look. So as we can see, this really decal heavy. I do like that piece there, and I do like this piece through there. That's interesting, having like little computer parts and these clippy bits through there. So maybe we might take that idea. How's that going to work? I mean, technically what we could do is I could select this section. I could select this section. V to rip, Control L. Let's go ahead and, oh wait. Hold up. Control L. No, D, nope. Okay, fine, do it like this. Deselect this section all the way down here. GZ, pull it up. Control L. C, middle mouse, to deselect, GZ, bring that down. So now that's given us that. From here, let's grow Control LP separate by selection because I just want to focus on this piece, but we can rejoin it afterwards. Through here, what's going to be the best way? Control B, Control numpad, Alt S, through there. V to rip. Okie dokie. Let's have a look. Oops. Okay. So I like that. That's great. Because then technically what we could do as well is how they've done it in the other section. If we go Control B, let's go, how are we going to do this so it's equal? Maybe go Shift S, cursor selected. I'm going to go ahead and add in a small little cube, and then that's going to be my reference point. Something like that. Something like that. Just thinking, how's this going to work? If I do a Control B, that's, we press C. Yeah, that'll do. Select all, merge by distance. What I want to do now is I'm going to select this and this. Control B. Control B. Let's do a bevel. Let's go GG. I'm going to bring that down minus 0.2. Ah, crud. Did I? Yeah, I did. Dang it. Whatevs. GG 0.2 to the minus. Let's go GG. So we've got something like that. Ooh, this is going to be tricky. Because what I ultimately want to do right now, Control L delete vertices, is almost like make an inset here. So if I do I to do an inset, I again, E to extrude. It's not working as well as I hoped. Let's go I again. GX. Something like that. Let's go here and here, 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 here. Control B to do a bevel. Now if we grab U, Shift D, scale. There to there. F, E to extrude. What the? Whatevs. Let's maybe go something like that. Let's grab all that and that. Control B. I like that. I think that looks great. I do want to put a bit of a cylinder in here. I'm just playing around with some shapes. GX. I just kind of liked something like this that they had on the Avis. It's kind of like a bit of a clampy bit. This though here needs a bit of work because this looks like rubbish. So if we do that, here, here, and here, Control B. Oh, you suck. If I do this now, merge at center. Just trying to get rid of this engon because I know it's going to be annoying the heck out of me. Merge at center. It's going to cause me dramas. There will be confusion and delay. Merge at center. Merge at center. Control S to save. Hotspot's going to fail. Yep. So I think that's because of the triangles. Unless. No, that's because of this. I merge at center. I merge at center. Control L. Hide. And we've also got all this. Let's grab all this stuff. I to do an inset. I'm just going to delete that. Just get rid of it. Hotspot. Yeah, it's the triangles. Dang it. I was hoping it'd be something a little bit simpler. Learn all the tech. No, sorry. Do you make your own drawings? Nah. So I mainly use Midjourney to create concepts and kind of build it off that. So that's how I, mainly do it. Let's delete that. I now got to undo all this work because it did not work, which is perfectly fine. Not you. Let's grab all that, all this, all that, and that. Delete faces. And then I can go F, 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 F. Delete these edge loops. All right, there we go. Back to square one. What the heck is that? Control L, delete vertices. Oh, still a little bit more in there. Alt H. Control L, delete vertices. What is that? What is this plate? Okay, we'll come back to that. Control S to save. Hotspot on that, and it should be fine. Perfect. 10-4. Roger, roger. According to the concept. Well, absolutely. So if we were to zoom out, and I went Alt H to hide, you can see this is the concept, but this is the ship. So you can see, yes, I took inspiration, but yeah, nothing really came of it. Okay, let's have a look. No, he's done. Oh no. If I click on that, let's go into okay, let's click on this. I'm going to click on this over here. We go into that, and then we come into here. We click on this, that one there, save, and we'll do the same over here, and we go here, Control V, click on that, save. So yeah, anyway, so ship's coming along nicely. I'm going to continue working on the interior. But if we have a look at it now, I do need to recreate some materials. So if we were to start bringing everything back, yeah, you can see how well that is looking. Whoop, this panel as well. Where's my light? I do have a light in here. If we were to bring that back down. Yeah, that is looking pretty schmick. Plenty of work still to do. But But yeah, we might try and do a massive stream next week. I'm going to leave it as is because I can see that not a lot's happening at the moment. So stick around. We're going to go over to see Netwinder. Hopefully he's not finished. No, he's still going. Cool. Get that Star Wars stuff very high. I know, 3D Blender, welcome. But yeah, that is looking great. I'm going to continue to work on this. And yes, we'll leave it at that.